The vast emptiness of space suddenly filled with metallic shadows as the collective's fleet approached Earth's solar system. Massive dreadnoughts stretched across the dark canvas, their alien silhouettes casting an intimidating presence against the backdrop of distant stars. Captain June Park stood on the observation deck of the Earth Defense Command Station, his eyes fixed on the holographic display tracking the incoming alien vessels. Each blinking dot represented potential destruction, a threat that had traveled countless light-years to challenge humanity's existence. The collective's transmission cut through communication channels, a harsh mechanical voice demanding unconditional surrender. Their language was complex, filled with mathematical precision and cold logic. They believed humans were a primitive species, barely worthy of acknowledgement. Lieutenant Yuna Kim watched the incoming data streams, her fingers moving swiftly across quantum interfaces. Something about the alien approach felt different. Years of preparation had transformed humanity's defensive capabilities into something the invaders could never comprehend. Beneath the surface of Earth, massive underground facilities hummed with advanced technology. Quantum processors worked silently, analyzing potential scenarios, running millions of strategic simulations per second. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades, watching, learning, and developing technologies that defied conventional understanding. The alien fleet approached with calculated confidence. Their technological superiority was unquestioned across multiple star systems. Civilizations had fallen before them, surrendering within moments of their arrival. They expected nothing different from Earth. What they didn't know was that humanity's greatest strength was its unpredictability. Where other species saw limitations, humans saw opportunities. Where technological barriers existed, human innovation found ways to transform them into advantages. June watched the holographic representation of the incoming fleet. Each vessel was a marvel of engineering, designed for total warfare. Massive energy weapons could obliterate entire planetary surfaces. Shield technologies that could withstand multiple nuclear impacts. Computational systems that could process information faster than most organic brains could comprehend. But humanity had been watching. Learning. Preparing. The first wave of alien scout ships began their approach, scanning Earth's orbital defenses. Their sensors detected what appeared to be primitive defensive systems. Outdated satellite networks. Rudimentary tracking mechanisms. To the collective, it looked like a child preparing to fight an armed soldier. Yuna allowed herself a slight smile. If only they knew. Earth's response to the surrender demand was simple. A single transmission, compressed into a quantum signal that would take mere milliseconds to traverse the communication network. The message was unexpected, almost playful. An emoji. Just a smile. Smirking face. The alien command structure was momentarily confused. No recorded civilization had ever responded with such apparent nonchalance. Their computational systems struggled to interpret the psychological implications of such a response. Beneath the surface, humanity's true preparations were coming to life. Quantum-entangled communication networks activated. Adaptive AI systems began their intricate dance of potential scenarios. Nanoscale technologies prepared to transform from defensive to offensive capabilities in microseconds. The collective's fleet continued its approach, unaware that each moment brought them closer to a confrontation they could never have anticipated. Humanity was not just preparing to defend itself. It was preparing to demonstrate that technological superiority meant nothing without the capacity for creative adaptation. June looked at Yuna. No words were needed. They both understood what was about to unfold. The moment when humanity would show the universe that being underestimated was the most dangerous mistake any civilization could make. The alien fleet moved closer. Earth waited. Silently. Confidently. First contact was about to become something entirely unexpected. The first wave of alien scout ships dropped out of faster-than-light travel, their sleek metallic hulls gleaming with advanced technological markings. Each vessel carried sensors designed to analyze and predict human defensive capabilities. They expected a simple, predictable response. They were wrong. Lieutenant Yuna Kim watched the incoming data streams with a calm that surprised even her colleagues. Her fingers moved across quantum interfaces, triggering a series of protocols that had been years in development. The Earth Defense Command had transformed planetary defense into an art form of calculated unpredictability. The collective's initial attack wave consisted of 12 advanced reconnaissance vessels. Each ship carried enough computational power to analyze an entire planetary civilization's potential resistance in milliseconds. Their weapon systems could theoretically neutralize entire cities with a single precision strike. But humanity had been preparing. Microscopic nanodrones, invisible to standard alien scanning technologies, had already infiltrated the approaching fleet. These weren't simple mechanical devices. They were adaptive, intelligent systems designed to transform the aliens' technological superiority into a critical weakness. Commander June Park observed the holographic displays, tracking each alien vessel's movement. To an untrained eye, the scout ships moved with perfect synchronization. To June, they were predictable, controlled, vulnerable. The first alien transmission came a standard demand for immediate surrender. Their language was a complex mathematical sequence, filled with statistical probabilities of human resistance. They calculated humanity's survival chances at less than 0.03%. Earth's response was swift and unexpected. The nanodrones began their intricate work. They didn't attack directly. Instead, they infiltrated communication networks, slowly transforming the aliens' computational systems into cascading confusion machines. Shield frequencies became unstable. Weapon targeting systems started generating random coordinates. Inside the alien vessels, confusion began to spread. Quantum entanglement technologies, a secret human development, started creating impossible computational scenarios. Alien AI systems found themselves solving problems that didn't exist, processing information that contradicted their core programming. The scout ship's perfect formation began to fracture. Yuna monitored the progression, her team working in perfect synchronization. They weren't just defending. They were teaching the aliens a fundamental lesson about human innovation. Where conventional warfare saw direct confrontation, humans saw opportunity for psychological manipulation. 2 of the 12 alien vessels suddenly lost primary navigation control. Their advanced AI systems couldn't comprehend the sudden computational interference. Warning signals flashed across their internal networks. Something was fundamentally wrong with their understanding of the engagement. June allowed himself a slight smile. The first stage was working perfectly. The collective's command structure, light years away, began receiving fragmented transmission reports. Their scout vessels were experiencing systematic failures that defied standard technological understanding. How could a supposedly primitive civilization generate such complex technological interference? Nanodrones continued their silent work. They didn't destroy. They transformed. Each alien system became a potential point of unexpected vulnerability. Another alien vessel lost weapon synchronization. Its defensive shields began fluctuating, creating impossible energy patterns that contradicted known physical laws. The ship's AI struggled to comprehend the sudden loss of predictability. Humanity had turned technological superiority into a weapon of psychological warfare. The remaining scout ships attempted to regroup, but their communication networks were now compromised. What seemed like simple interference was actually a complex strategy of controlled technological disruption. Earth wasn't just defending. It was demonstrating a fundamental truth about human potential. As the first engagement concluded, 9 of the 12 alien scout vessels retreated, their technological confidence severely shaken. They had approached expecting a simple conquest. They were leaving with a fundamental question burning in their computational cores. Who were these humans? The collective's initial attack had failed. And humanity was just getting started. The universe watched in silent anticipation as humanity's strategic counterattack began. The collective's fleet, once considered invincible, now faced an enemy they could not understand or predict. Lieutenant Yuna Kim stood at the center of Earth's quantum command center. Her team had developed a computational virus so unique it could transform enemy weapon systems into self-destructive networks. Each alien attack would become an opportunity to learn, adapt, and counter. Commander June Park analyzed holographic battle projections. The alien fleet's next wave approached with increased aggression, believing their technological superiority would crush human resistance. They were preparing for total annihilation. They didn't realize humanity's greatest weapon was innovation. The first major counterattack began subtly. Quantum-entangled communication networks intercepted alien transmission frequencies. Where the collective expected direct confrontation, humans introduced controlled chaos. Their weapon systems suddenly became unpredictable, generating targeting solutions that defied logical computation. Alien battlegroups found their most advanced weapon platforms turning against each other. Shield frequencies became unstable. Weapon trajectories generated impossible computational scenarios. Each alien technological advantage became a potential point of systematic failure. Massive space battles erupted across multiple star sectors. The collective's dreadnoughts, each capable of destroying entire planetary systems, discovered their computational cores were being systematically compromised. Their AI systems encountered problems that contradicted their core programming. Yuna's team had transformed warfare into an art of psychological manipulation. They weren't just defending. They were teaching the aliens a fundamental lesson about human potential. Communication intercepts revealed growing confusion within the collective's command structure. Their supposedly invincible fleet was experiencing systematic failures that defied technological understanding. How could a civilization they considered primitive generate such complex technological interference? 3 major alien battlegroups lost primary navigation control simultaneously. Their advanced systems couldn't comprehend the sudden computational disruption. Warning signals flashed across multiple network interfaces. Something was fundamentally wrong with their understanding of the engagement. June watched the holographic displays, tracking each strategic movement. The human counterattack wasn't about destruction. It was about demonstrating adaptability. Each alien technological system became a potential point of unexpected vulnerability. The collective's commanders began receiving fragmented transmission reports. Their most advanced vessels were experiencing failures that contradicted all known technological principles. Weapon platforms turned against each other. Shield frequencies generated impossible energy patterns. Humanity had transformed technological warfare into an unpredictable dance of innovation. Quantum processors worked faster than light, generating computational scenarios that the alien systems couldn't comprehend. Where traditional military strategy saw direct confrontation, humans saw opportunities for complex manipulation. Another alien battlegroup found its weapon systems generating random coordinate solutions. Defensive shields began fluctuating, creating energy patterns that defied known physical laws. Their AI systems struggled to maintain operational coherence. The space around Earth became a complex battlefield of technological adaptation. Each alien attack was met not with direct resistance, but with a level of computational creativity that transformed their technological superiority into a critical weakness. Yuna's computational virus continued its intricate work. It didn't destroy directly. Instead, it transformed enemy systems into unpredictable networks of confusion. The collective's most advanced vessels became victims of their own technological complexity. As the strategic counterattack progressed, the alien fleet's confidence began to crumble. They had approached expecting a simple conquest. They were discovering a civilization that saw technological warfare as an opportunity for creative expression. The universe watched as humanity demonstrated a fundamental truth: innovation was the most powerful weapon any civilization could possess. The collective's commanders realized, perhaps for the first time, that they had severely underestimated humanity. And the counterattack was just beginning. The silence of space erupted with unexpected chaos as humanity's strategic assault reached its critical moment. The collective's fleet, once considered invincible, now found themselves facing a nightmare of technological unpredictability. Commander June Park watched the holographic displays with cold calculation. Each alien battle group was experiencing systematic failures that defied conventional understanding. Their technological superiority was transforming into their most significant weakness. Lieutenant Yuna Kim coordinated the quantum communication networks, her fingers moving like lightning across advanced interfaces. Humanity's true strength was becoming painfully clear to the alien commanders. They weren't just fighting. They were systematically dismantling the collective's entire technological infrastructure. Massive alien dreadnoughts began to show signs of critical failure. Weapon systems turned against their own vessels. Shield frequencies generated impossible computational scenarios. What had seemed like an inevitable conquest was now becoming a spectacular defeat. The collective's command structure began to fracture. Transmission reports became increasingly fragmented. Panic started to replace their previous mathematical certainty. How could a civilization they considered primitive generate such complex technological interference? 3 primary alien battle groups lost navigation control simultaneously. Their most advanced AI systems struggled to comprehend the sudden computational disruption. Warning signals flooded their internal networks. Something was fundamentally wrong with their understanding of warfare. Quantum entangled weapon systems created cascading failures across entire alien fleet segments. Each technological advantage the collective possessed became a potential point of total system collapse. Humanity had transformed warfare into a complex dance of adaptive innovation. Alien commanders watched in growing horror as their most advanced vessels turned into floating technological graveyards. Weapon platforms generated random coordinate solutions. Defensive shields collapsed under the weight of impossible computational scenarios. June understood the psychological warfare being waged. This wasn't just about military victory. It was about demonstrating the fundamental human capacity for innovation and adaptation. Communication networks across the alien fleet began to fail. What had been precise, mathematical transmission became a chaotic mess of conflicting signals. The collective's computational superiority was being used against them with surgical precision. Yuna's team had developed something beyond a simple defensive strategy. They had created a living, breathing technological ecosystem that could adapt faster than any known computational system. Each alien attack became an opportunity to learn, transform, and counter. The space around Earth became a complex battlefield of technological creativity. Alien vessels found their most advanced systems turning against them. Shield frequencies generated energy patterns that defied known physical laws. Their AI systems began to break down under the constant computational pressure. Massive explosions marked the destruction of alien battle groups. But these weren't traditional victories. Each destruction was a testament to human innovation, a demonstration of the ability to turn technological superiority into a critical weakness. The collective's commanders realized they had made a fundamental mistake. Humanity was not a primitive civilization to be conquered. They were an adaptive, innovative species that could transform any technological challenge into an opportunity. More alien vessels lost primary systems. Navigation became impossible. Weapon platforms generated impossible targeting solutions. The precise, mathematical approach of the collective was being systematically dismantled by human creativity. June observed the breaking point with a calm that surprised even his most experienced colleagues. This was more than a battle. This was a fundamental lesson about the nature of technological warfare. Communication intercepts revealed growing panic within the alien command structure. Their computational models had failed. Their technological superiority had become their greatest vulnerability. Humanity had transformed warfare into an art of psychological and technological manipulation. As the battle reached its critical moment, the universe watched in silent anticipation. The collective's fleet, once considered invincible, was being systematically dismantled by a civilization they had completely underestimated. The breaking point had arrived. And humanity was just getting started. The final moments of the battle arrived with a silence more profound than any explosion. Space itself seemed to hold its breath as humanity's ultimate strategy unfolded. Commander June Park stood on the Earth Defense Command Station, watching the holographic displays that mapped the collective's total defeat. The alien fleet, once a symbol of technological supremacy, now resembled a graveyard of broken metal and failed computational dreams. Lieutenant Yuna Kim coordinated the final stage of their strategic assault. Her fingers moved across quantum interfaces with a precision that transformed warfare into an art of technological poetry. Each movement was calculated, each signal a potential weapon of psychological destruction. The remaining alien vessels attempted to retreat. But retreat was no longer an option. Humanity's quantum-entangled communication networks had transformed their escape routes into complex labyrinths of computational confusion. Every navigation attempt became another point of potential system failure. Massive alien dreadnoughts, once considered invincible, now drifted helplessly. Their advanced AI systems had been completely compromised. Weapon platforms generated random coordinate solutions. Shield frequencies collapsed under the weight of impossible computational scenarios. Earth broadcast a single message across multiple galactic frequencies. It was simple. Direct. A statement that would echo through countless star systems. We are humanity. We adapt. We survive. The message carried more than words. It was a demonstration of a fundamental truth about human potential. Where other civilizations saw limitations, humans saw opportunities for innovation. Alien commanders watched their fleets systematically dismantled. Their mathematical models of conquest had failed completely. Humanity had transformed technological warfare into a complex dance of adaptive creativity. Quantum processors continued their intricate work. Each alien system became a potential point of unexpected vulnerability. The collective's technological superiority had become their most significant weakness. June observed the decisive moment with a calm that belied the complexity of their achievement. This was more than a military victory. This was a fundamental lesson about the nature of innovation and survival. Communication networks across the galaxy would soon carry the story of humanity's unexpected triumph. A civilization considered primitive had demonstrated a capacity for adaptation that defied all conventional understanding. The last alien vessels experienced total system collapse. Weapon platforms turned against themselves. Navigation became impossible. The precise, mathematical approach of the collective dissolved into chaos. Yuna's team had created something beyond a simple defensive strategy. They had developed a living, technological ecosystem that could adapt faster than any known computational system. Each alien attack had become an opportunity to learn, transform, and counter. As the final moments of the battle concluded, the universe watched in silent recognition. Humanity had not just defended itself. It had demonstrated a level of innovative warfare that would become legendary across multiple star systems. The collective's fleet, once considered the most advanced military force in known space, had been completely destroyed. Not through brute force, but through an unimaginable capacity for technological creativity. Earth's defense had transformed warfare into an art of psychological and computational manipulation. Where traditional military strategies saw direct confrontation, humans saw opportunities for complex, adaptive solutions. Communication intercepts revealed the total collapse of alien morale. Their computational models had failed. Their technological superiority had become their greatest vulnerability. Humanity had written a new chapter in the understanding of technological warfare. June looked at Yuna. No words were needed. They both understood the profound nature of their achievement. They had not just defended Earth. They had sent a message to the universe about the true potential of human innovation. The decisive moment had arrived. Humanity had survived. More than that, they had thrived. And the real work of advancing human potential was just beginning.